Welcome. Today we're going to design and prepare to cut a notepad pencil holder for the CNC mill. I'm going to begin with New from the ribbon bar, Standard IPT, click Create. Beginning with a 2D sketch on my XY plane. I'm going to zoom all by clicking the front view here. I'm going to start with a rectangle at my origin, wait for the green dot please, and stretch a rectangle up into the right hand quadrant. My horizontal dimension for my workpiece is 8 inches. Press the tab key on the keyboard. And my vertical dimension is 4. Press enter on the keyboard. Next I'm going to finish sketch, the green check mark in the upper right hand corner. And I'm going to click my home button here so I can see everything that I'm working with. Next I'm going to select my extrude from the ribbon at the top. And I want to extrude in direction number 2. And my workpiece is 3/4 of an inch, 0.75. I'm going to enter in as a dimension here and click OK. Next I need to place a rectangle for my notepad holder, notepad to go, and my pencil to sit in. To do that I'm going to take and start with a 2D sketch on my front view. Zoom all once again. Click my rectangle tool. Now for the notepad holder, it's going to start on the exact bottom edge of that workpiece. So I'm going to bring my mouse up, and when I lock onto that bottom edge of my workpiece, I'm going to click and stretch a rectangle up and to the right. This rectangle for the notepad holder is going to be 3 3/16 of an inch. So my horizontal dimension is 3.188. Press the tab key on the keyboard, and my vertical dimension is 3.188. for a vertical dimension, and press enter on the keyboard. Press the escape key. Next I'm going to dimension, and I want to locate the distance from the left hand side of the rectangle we just drew to the left hand side of the workpiece. So I'm going to click the left hand side of my rectangle and the left hand side of my workpiece and bring this dimension down. This dimension is 1/4 inch, 0.25, and green check mark. Press the escape key. My pencil holder is going to go up here at the top, so I'm going to take, once I press the escape key, and click my 3.188 dimension and drag this up and off my workpiece. And then I'm going to get my rectangle tool once again, and I'm going to click, make sure that you're above the rectangle for the notepad holder, and I'm going to stretch out a rectangle with a horizontal dimension of 7.5 inches. Press the tab key on the keyboard, and a vertical dimension of 0.437, and press enter on the keyboard. Next I need to locate the position of this rectangle on the workpiece. To do that I'm going to use my dimension tool, and I want to dimension the bottom of my rectangle that we just drew to the bottom of the workpiece. Bring this dimension out, and this dimension is 3 3/8 of an inch, which is 3.375. Press the green check mark. Next I also need to locate this horizontal dimension from right to left, so I'm going to click dimension tool again. I want the left hand side of my rectangle that we just drew and the left hand side of my workpiece, and bring this dimension up. This dimension is 0.25 and green check mark. Next we're going to take and place fillets in these top corners of the notepad holder and all 4 corners of the pencil holder. Let's press the escape key to exit out of our dimension tool, and I'm going to select my fillet tool. For my fillet I'm going to enter in a dimension of 3/16 of an inch, 0.188, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so we can see what we're working on. I want to select the top left hand side of my notepad holder rectangle and the top of my notepad holder. Once again, top and right hand side of my notepad holder rectangle, and I want to do the same thing to my pencil holder, left hand side and top. Now we're also going to have to take and do the right hand side, so I'm going to zoom out and then zoom back in using the wheel on my mouse to put these fillets over here on the right hand side. Press the escape key to exit out of my fillet tool, and I'm going to click zoom all. Once you've placed your fillets, I'm going to click the green check mark finish sketch, and I'm going to extrude. Select the rectangle for your notepad holder and the rectangle for your pencil holder. Next, we're not going to join materially, we're going to cut. So we're going to select the cut button here, and I want to cut a distance of 3/16 of an inch or 0.188 and click OK. Once you have your part file drawn, we're going to take, and it's always a good idea to save, so we're going to go up to our orange capital letter I, Save As. We want this to go into our H drive, first initial last name 000, and I'm going to enter in a file name. My name and notepad holder. So you're going to enter your name in here and notepad holder and select Save. Next, we're going to run our toolpath. To begin with that, right above your ribbon bar, there are these tabs up here. You want to find the one that says Cam. Click the Cam tab, and we're going to set up our part first. So we're going to click the Setup folder. This menu that's at the left, we always work these tabs top to bottom, and then we select our tabs going left to right. So first here in our work coordinate system, where it says Origin, we're going to change it from Stock Box Point to Model Origin. Then I'm going to move across to my next tab, which is my Stock tab. And in here, the only thing I want to change is my thickness. I'm going to change it from 1 to 3/4 of an inch, 0.75, which is the thickness of our workpiece. Next, we're going to go to our post process. And my program comment here, I'm going to type in Lammer's notepad holder, your last name or your name and notepad holder, and then click OK on the bottom of the menu. Once we have our setup completed, we're going to come up to our 2D milling area and we're going to do a 2D pocket. The first thing we do again is top to bottom in these tabs, and we work our tabs left to right. So we're going to select our tool first. I'm going to scroll down just a little bit to find Sample Tools Inch. And in my menu here for flat end mills, I'm going to come down and find my 1/8 inch flat end mills, which are right here. There's 6 of them listed. I want to select the third flat end mill down and click Select. My next tab over, I'm going to take and choose my geometry. I want the bottom of my notepad holder, the bottom of my pencil holder. With those two selected, I'm going to come over to my next tab, which is selecting my heights. Open up my clearance height. I want to change from retract to stock top. And my clearance height offset, I'm going to change to 0.2. My retract height, this looks good, stock top 0.2. My feed height, I'm going to change from top height to stock top and 0.2. And these bottom two are going to be left alone. Next, I'm going to come over to my number of passes, and in here where it says stock to leave, I want to deselect that because I do not want the mill to leave any stock left over. Then I'm going to come over to my linking parameters tab, and I'm going to deselect in lead and transitions. I'm going to deselect the lead in, I'm going to deselect the lead out, and I'm going to change my entry style for my ramp in from helix to just plunge. Once I have those changes made, I'm going to select OK. It's going to take a little bit to make those processes for those toolpaths, but once it's done, it looks like this. When you're finished with that, we're going to take and click on our Simulate button up here in the ribbon, and we're going to click Play. Once you watch that go around, you can close out the window here and cut your part. You can close this window up by clicking the button Close. And then we need to take in Post Process. So this button up here in the ribbon, Post Process. We're going to change this. It should automatically come up with 1 Butler MS Techno Easel. If it does not, you're going to click this pull down menu here, and it should be the one identified right here in the top. Next, we want to have our output folder changed. We're going to make sure that this is going to our H drive. That should be your first initial last name 000, and then click Open and click Post. Oh, I've got to change my program comment here from the last one that I did. This is last name and then Lammer's notepad holder. So put your name in there and notepad holder and click post. Once again, I'm going to enter my file name in. And click save. You can see in our M&G code list here that Lammer's notepad holder, your name should be up here at the top. And we're going to X out this window up here. Next, we're going to take and prepare to cut. But before we do, I want to take this and save it once again. I'm going to go to my orange capital letter I. And this time, since we already have it saved, I am just going to select Save rather than Save As. Once it saves, you can X out of Inventor. And on the desktop, you should see this icon here that says CNC Mill. We're going to click to open that. Make sure your machine is on. That's the red button on the CNC Mill. And click Retry. Click OK. Next, we're going to translate execute. And I'm going to go to my H drive in order to find my part, Lammer's notepad holder. Click that to select it and select Open. We're going to click OK when this window pops up, and we're going to preview. Your teacher wants to see your screen on the computer before we do anything else, so you're going to click S or press S on the keyboard and F on the keyboard, and this is where you are going to stop, call your teacher over to take a look at your tool pass, and then he's going to let you cut your part. Great job so far. The next step is putting your part in the mill and cutting.